Okay, same day, but I don't think I'm going to upload this video because it would be 3 in a row, right? And I am in my room moving things around. So anyway, January 28th of 2025, day fucking, what is it, 16, City of Surrey, right? With a new bin in front of my house, right? After they just took, okay, so all right. You can follow the numbers, unless, of course, YouTube comes in and plucks out a page so that you don't get all the information. So in the meantime, Lucy, who is my friend, okay, lives in British Columbia, Canada, is a legitimate user in terms of, this is not a troll. Where am I? She's not a troll. She's not a troll. I know that for a fact. Okay? I had to take her posts, people, before I approved them. Because, you know, back in the day when Uncle John was medically kidnapped, I got really spammed hard. And I had to put comments at bay because the Dunk Clan was coming in and, you know, trying to defame me and all that other crap. So anyway, she did four posts, 4 comments, right, on the video called Next Generation of Being Targeted, City of Surrey, Day 14, January 27, 2025 and 2024. But she's like me. Her comments get fucking removed, like, wherever she goes, for one reason or another. And they definitely YouTube staff. I put it at YouTube staff, people, okay? This is not all AI, right? You know, they have been deleting her comments randomly. You know, truly amazing Shelley gets her fucking comments deleted. Bailey gets her comments sometimes deleted. There's a few others in there every now and then. They get their comments deleted. Just, I approve them and they get deleted. They're gone. Well, so in this situation, I just copied and pasted them and put them in this video that's called What is the Plan Now, which is this one that's uploaded. Well, it just uploaded, right? City of Surrey, day 16. This is the second video of the day, January 28th of 2025, right? Number 25 video for this year so far. Andre, turn that down for a second, please. And because I knew YouTube was going to delete her comments, I didn't know which ones, because that's what they do. Because they're working with the government, people. They don't want people like me talking about the things that I talk about, because I expose how gang stalking works, who does it, where the kickbacks come in because of it, who gets injured or die because of it, regardless of how they die. The point is they die at early ages. People who get medically kidnapped, have their assets, inheritances, whatever, stolen and redirected someplace else as they get locked up like dirty secrets, and the family they came from never get to see them again. Children being injured at the time of the birth by a specific ethnic culture that clearly has their hands in the cookie jar right across the province and do more than one dirty deed for profit and for those kickbacks and to launder money within a corrupt housing market. Okay? Again, I don't know what binds bad people together. I don't. So anyway, I posted her comments here, okay? And then I approved them on here. I came here and I approved them. And guess what? YouTube staff deleted already. As soon as I approved them, it says 4 comments approved. I went to publish to see what was published, and there's only 2 comments out of the 4 comments that are published. So they deleted 2 of them for whatever sick corporate reason. They deleted them because they don't want people supporting me, because you have to remember, I'm YouTube's bitch. I'm the one that they can beat up and abuse, shadow ban, whatever they do, randomly with ambiguous accusations of this, that, and everything else as I get punished, right? So that they can control the narrative and make YouTube a safe place. Because they keep their content, well, yeah, they keep a lot of their content creators dumb. And if they're not dumb, then at least silent, to not speak out about things that are affecting the community as a whole, especially those below a certain caste system or income level, right? Or people who don't post but have a YouTube channel so that they can see videos. They want to keep them dumb and sheltered So what better way than to remove support from a channel like mine, pull out pages so you don't get the full freaking story, unless of course you come into a video where I recap on things and then you might catch a clue, right? I mean, it's just dirty pool all the way around. All the way around. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that whatever antics YouTube is doing hasn't stopped. And then I got some dude, I think it's a dude, some sort of immigrant because of the name. It could be fucking Punjabi for all I know, just by the name. Amjit or something, sounds kind of like Punjabi. Or maybe Muslim, either or, sending me emails wanting to promote my channel and want me to pay him. Because, you know, my number counts don't grow. I get a few, right, subscribers, then they disappear. It's the same person, like masturbating, right? You know, when it's up, you know, they're up there, right? And then it goes down, and then up and down, up and down. Right now, currently, I'm at 93. So why the hell would I pay anybody anything to try and promote my channel when YouTube, as a corporation, is just going to sabotage it like it has been for years? And for years, people, from the beginning, really from the beginning, with the copyright strikes and everything to oppress the park events and the community activism that I was doing with the kids, with the Malcolm X chocolate milk parties, or whatever it was, right? You know what I'm saying? And then they moved in and started to defame me and defraud, defraud, because they sabotaged the foundation, right? Basically, when they came in with their crew of gang stalkers when Uncle John got medically kidnapped, right? And they allowed the shenanigans to go on with fake users to come in with their 25 thumbs down as I was fighting hard for Uncle John and what happened to him, right? And in the beginning stages, I wasn't even thinking about him inheriting money, because I just wasn't, people. I didn't figure that out until I met with the CIBC bank manager, and we sat down, and he was the only one out of the whole fucking bank over a period of months that was an honest human being, and gave me a photocopy of my enduring power of attorney, and basically dropped the clue that, you know. And then John was like that, though, you know. She had life insurance policies. That's why John asked me, should I phone and ask my mom if Joan left me something? And I said, I don't know, John, what do you want? He goes, I don't want my family, I don't want my mother to think that all I wanted from Joan was money. And I said, well, it's up to you. And he said, well, I'll just wait. Because he trusted that his family would tell him if he inherited money. But they didn't tell him. You see, that's the whole thing. Because they either were hoping he was going to die, or he'd get sick, and then the sister could come in, pull the senior union card with the province as a senior nurse, as management to an inoculation program for the whole fucking province, for all the workers across the province. And the bank fucking went for it because they got their kickbacks once that money was deposited into his account, even though I got locked out of it illegally. And that bank manager who gave me a photocopy of the enduring power of attorney, he knew what was going on, people. He fucking knew. That's why he gave me that. And even then, when I presented it to a judge, the judge ignored it in court. Yeah. And then he came back with his ruling saying that John had died and therefore it became null and void, and John wasn't dead when I handed it to him. I handed it to him in 2017 when I was stood at Judge Savage. Yeah, in 2007. I'm pretty sure it was Judge Savage who said no, ignored everything, threw everything out, and then wrote, because after they do that, they write what they think, right? He wrote that John was dead and that whatever I presented to him didn't matter because John was dead. And that's a flat out fucking lie. John didn't die until January of 2018. They play dirty pool by any means necessary, even if it means they lie. And they lie, people. Not once, not twice, but several times as you fight for your rights or for the rights of your loved ones. Okay, this is going to be the same kind of fucking bullshit fight that I'm going to have with my landlords or whoever It could be the city. It could be the province. It's got to be somebody. Lucy says take it to the Landlords and Tenancy Act branch. Yeah, well, she has a point, but it's got to go up higher than that in terms of the food chain, because this is gang stalking at its finest. Okay, this is beyond a landlord. I'm telling you, this is beyond a landlord being a slumlord and scrounging around for every penny that they can get. Because as soon as somebody dies, all right, now you're getting into the millions with body parts being laundered into buildings that sit empty for 5 fucking years as it floods out the neighborhood because it's got a problem with the, in the carport where the water pools when the heavy rains come and they have to sump pump it out onto the freaking street so it goes down the alley and pools into everybody's yards, right, to keep that cortisol going, right? What do they care if they flood out my neighbor's house? She's been there for 25 years. Who cares if an old septic tank from 100 years is coming up through the fucking ground because of the water saturation that's coming from a building that's been sitting there empty basically for 5 years because all it was ever used for was to launder money, people. Otherwise, there'd be 55 and older living in that house, in that building after 5 years. That place should be full with 55 and over people, and it's not. It's not even a third. It's not even a quarter full, people. Okay, it's not even a quarter full after 5 years, but it's doing what it was meant to do. It's flooding out the fucking neighborhood. Yeah. Well, my friend is facing homelessness herself at age 70. And even if she wanted to get a place in that 55 and over, she can't afford it because they made it that way, because they don't want her in there. You see, that's the thing, even though she qualifies for it. Unless, of course, she's got $5 million sitting in a fucking bank account someplace, as if. Yeah, okay. So I just wanted to point out that YouTube is still playing dirty pool. Not only are they playing dirty pool with me, but they're playing dirty pool with the few friends that I have. They do it with Shelley, they do it with Lucy, they do it with Bailey. I think they even did it with Deb a few times. Honestly, I do. And there's a couple of other women in there that they do it every now and then, right? Yeah. And it's sick. It's sick because what it does is it tells me that they don't want the truth to get out. They want me to be abused. They want Tamika Johnson and her, whatever she's laying down with at this point in time in her life, in terms of, right, doing this shit, and or anybody else, to not get the full story, to get a half story, to make it look like I'm all by myself. Nobody agrees with me, right? Nobody sees my point of view, that I somehow deserve what I got or what I'm getting, and it's twisted. It is twisted because there would be no other reason, if that wasn't true, to delete those comments. So Lucy, yes, Landlords and Tenancy Act branch is on the burner, obviously, right? But, at the end of the day, if I can even get close to doing anything, it's going to be far beyond the Landlords and Tenancy Act branch. Because, like I said, it's local jurisdiction that goes where the money is, for sure. Well, they all do. Province, Fraser Health Authority, CIBC Bank, those are big corporations, the government. Landlords and Tenancy Act branch is no different, because when you're being gang stalked, it's easy to bribe people to jump on the bandwagon with $5,000, $10,000, pay increase. Who knows? Who knows what these people get bribed with? But clearly they're getting bribed with something to play along and to, okay, I'll give you an example. And this is why I don't trust the Landlords and Tenancy branch. Okay? Because And then I'm going to get back and continue doing what I'm doing because I am making headway and I feel good about what I'm doing and I'm going to continue to do that, okay? I don't care. And if they want to come here and rob my food, rob my fabric, rob my pots and fucking pans, rob my cast iron fucking whatever, Dutch ovens, rob my, whatever they want to rob, I will document it and I will find a way to put it up online, okay? All right. So, what was I saying? I don't even remember. What was I saying? Andre, turn that down. That booming is hurting my head. Let me come back and think about it. Let me just think about it for a second. And if I remember, I'll turn on the camera. And then, because my mind is over there doing what I'm doing. I got a little space, right, off the bed with all the fabric. Right? And I'm moving boxes now from over here that have organic chickpeas in them. And my room is so cold. So when I move, I want the coldest room in the house. Damn rights. Damn rights. It's like ain't nobody moving into no room until we turn on the heat and see which one is the coldest of the cold, because that's my fucking room. Oh yeah, I love my room. As cold as it is, man, it's perfect for food prep. You don't even know. I'm like, oh, it makes me happy. It really does. So yeah, I'm excited to put that stuff in there. Finally. It should be in Auntie Shemai's room because that's the next coldest room because it's right below my room, right? But, you know, we know I'm locked out of there, basically. And even if I wasn't locked out of there, it's not like I could spend any length of time in there organizing anything, because then I become a nuisance, you know, and I'm being disruptive and intrusive to their quote-unquote privacy downstairs, even though I'm down the fucking hall. Like, give it a bloody break. Like, whatever. Anything to complain. Yeah. Until you run off with my shit and give it to your fucking parents. Yeah. Or your friends. Or your sisters. Or you make money off of it. Where, before that girl moved in, my son didn't care. As a matter of fact, I think he felt good that there was extra food in the house. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. Philly, let me turn this off. Maybe I can listen to it and then remember or just to hell with it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If I remember, I'll say it again or whatever. Or maybe when I go to convert this over, I'll listen, because I always listen to these videos, number them, and then I put them into the editor, then I convert them over, and maybe I'll catch a clue what I was saying, backtrack, and then maybe I'll type it into the comment box or something, unless of course I have to post my friends' comments in my description box just to preserve their right, to preserve people their right to free speech. Because we already know YouTube has taken my right away for that by the very fact of how often and how many different types of shadow banning techniques that they use to keep me silent or hidden away, right? To insult me, to demoralize me, whatever it is that they think that they're accomplishing, right? Which isn't very much outside of they're dumbing down the population for a greater plan so that people like my landlords, the city and province MLAs, that type, politicians or whatever, can be the deviants that they are. Because at the end of the day, I guess devil worshippers do what devil worshippers do, right? You can't change a leper's spot. You're dealing with devils, and I don't know. Okay, my bad. YouTube deleted 3 of her comments. Do you see it says 4? But do you see 4? Because they deleted 3 of them, people. They deleted them, not me. No, not me. Why? Because they don't want people reading that she's telling me to take it to the landlords and tenancy branch and not be afraid to stand up and fight for my rights? Is that why YouTube staff is doing this? Or is it because they don't want people to support me? And so by making it look like nobody supports me, because there's just one comment there, and only one comment, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, then they'll agree with what the landlords are doing, even though they themselves might be facing the same situation one day. Just because they're sitting comfortable right now in some apartment, some house, some basement suite somewhere, doesn't mean that they're not going to be treated the same way. Because, you know, once you become targeted by this criminal organization, that's it. There's no going back. Because they got a playbook that's as long as a mile, okay? So here, I didn't post her comments in here, because I already put a post in here, okay? So why should I? I'm not going to. But I put, let's see what I can do here. I did put them in with the next video, right? And I explained why I put them there. The only reason I didn't put them here is because I've already put something here that relates to this video. But Lucy is targeted too. You see, that's the thing. Lucy herself is targeted, and she knows it. She knows it. But what can she do about it? Nothing. And if she becomes targeted, then it spreads out, people. So, I'm just showing you, right? I'm just showing you how YouTube rocks. How they shadow ban, demoralize, isolate, and slap around their content creators to try and control them and to control the narrative, even though I talk about real life, what's happening in real life time, like in real time, right? These are all videos on the fly in real time, right? Okay? I'm not no magician that I can do Project Bluebeam with a big ass fucking bin in front of my house full of shit, including good shit, have it roll out of here thinking it's gone, and then Andre tells me there's another empty bin out there. And I'm like, no, you can't, no, you're seeing, you're imagining, no way. And sure enough, it was out there. And we know why, don't we? Don't we? So what? They're going to come in for my food and rob my food next? They're going to come in for my fucking fabric and rob my fabric? Are they going to come in for my fucking pots and pans and my cast iron Dutch ovens and all that other shit and rob that too? Are they going to come in and rob the rest of my shit, my books, my fucking records, my fucking musical instruments? Are they going to come in and rob all that shit? Are they going to come in and rob my fucking craft materials, all this other shit that I've got for my little grandkids and all? I mean, they already robbed my grandkids once, so why wouldn't they do it twice? What? YouTube doesn't want me to talk about that? Well, it's the fact. That's the truth. That's what's been happening. I've been documenting it, and they don't even allow people to acknowledge it. Okay, so seriously, people, assuming that I come out of this alive, if I ever can get this to court, because I have no choice but to, because I've been robbed completely. If anyone wants to come up in here and start fucking with my shit up in here, or up like the X Club or I'm calling the police. I'm going to call the fucking police and I'm going to file a fucking report on theft. Yeah, and they can figure out who I'm going to charge. Because this is bullshit. Okay? Right? Now, I had to open up this box. Because I'm putting it on the bed in my room where it's really, really cold. Now, I have great northern white beans downstairs, okay? I have them, not only do I have them organic, but I also just have them from Fieldstone Farms. Because Cantatelli beans, like I said, they only come from Argentina, where great northern white beans, which is a different bean, is grown in the prairies, right? Up in the, you know what I'm saying? Is grown in the interior, up, you know, in BC and so on. Okay, so, but when it comes to Cantatelli beans, no, they come from Argentina, especially if they're, well, organic from Argentina. So I go out of my way to buy the organic Cantatelli beans for Amari, right? And great northern white beans, you know, anyway, I didn't put a date on this or what was on the box, so I had to open it up before, and I'd have to open it up anyway, because I'm not strong enough to take it downstairs. This should have been downstairs, but we know that situation, so I have no choice but to put it in my room, which is fine, because it's nice and cold, And it gives me an opportunity to pull out the fabric, assuming I don't get robbed of it before I die. Okay? Or maybe move out fast enough to my landlord's liking so she can raise the rent and get her $4,800 a month. Now that the yard work has been quote-unquote done and all the riffraff shit and toys and everything have been removed off the property, you know, it's going to be appealing because there's going to be a few things left where people are going to look at it and go, wow, that's a nice walkway. Wow, a greenhouse. Isn't that amazing? Oh, functioning sheds. Yeah, and garden beds. Why not? And blueberry bushes. Fuck the blackberry bushes. We got blueberry bushes growing out in the front. Isn't that just lovely, right? Whatever, people. Anyway, it says Great Northern White Beans, February of 2024. This box has been sitting here by my door since February of 2024. What does that tell you about what's going on downstairs? Look how nice it is. The whole box. Maybe there's something else. Yeah, it seems like there's maybe something else in there. All I know is I have to empty it out anyway before I can repack it and put it in where my fabric was, and it will just stay nice until I need it. And at the rate that I'm okay, so I had to pay Alex $100 through babysitting for him in terms of exchange because the landlord refused to pay Alex to snake out the drain on October 12th because it got clogged, because she didn't do that over a few years, even though she was advised to do that to prevent that from happening. And the only way it got unclogged was to have Alex come at 6 o'clock in the morning in the pouring rain, cold rain at that, cold weather, dark, and snake it out from Marcane as he was bailing out water in garbage bins that he's now throwing out into the fucking thing because the city doesn't want bins around. So he's throwing them out, literally. He's fucking throwing out everything, people. You don't even know. He asked me, where did you, either or, I hope he leaves a couple for himself just in case he has to start bailing water again. Because that pipe will fucking clog up. Who knows? I don't know. That's the outside one going out to the back down the alley, right? What do you call it? There you go. Forgot again. What else is in here? I have to take it out anyway. I'm not strong enough to carry it. So this has been sitting here basically for about a year now. It should have went downstairs, but I couldn't do it because of that girl. Nope. And it's going now to be put away, and it will be nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, so $100 there. I'm out, you could say. I have to give her $250 for the fine. Although she's asking for $350 because she wants me to pay the extra $100 late fee. But I'm giving her $250 this month, on top of $50 more in a rent increase, while my son is giving her $50 more in rent increase. So she gets a $100 rent increase, plus she gets another $200 from me, $250 from me for the fine, which I may or may not have to pay the extra $100 because I paid it late. Who fucking knows here, right? And then that bin, oh, I don't know, people. 2 bins, like the fucking saturated, wet fucking wood that's been frozen. Oh my God. The weight on that is going to be so heavy. Yeah, it's going to be so heavy. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't come to me and tell me I owe her a fucking $1,000 because of this shit, as she's throwing out my shit and making it so that my kids have nothing, my grandkids have nothing. It doesn't matter if they're toddlers or if they're teenagers. They have absolutely nothing to do in this yard. Nothing. It's a dead yard now. It's godless. I said it's dead. It's a dead fucking yard. And she wants me to pay, who knows? Is she so greedy? I could see her asking for $1,000 more. So she effectively increased my rent more than $50 a month. Well, more than $100 a month because my son is paying $50. She just did it in a roundabout way. And she used the city to help her do it. Okay? She's seasoned. She's 84 years old. She's owned houses for a long, long fucking time. She owned this house since 1992. And look at the state it was in when I moved in. I can only imagine what those fucking tenants were living with. Well, we know what they were living with. Sparking fucking, what do you call that? outlets, pipes all dripping, sink underneath the sink dripping, right? You know what I'm saying? Rotten porch, right? Okay, so there's something else in here. I don't know what else is in here. I wrapped it up so nice to put it downstairs, right? To preserve it. I just want to label on the box what this stuff is. And besides, I'm not even strong enough to carry it, but I could probably carry half a box. I encased everything in paper because, you know, my son, if he was to pick it up and move it around, he'd throw it down and he'd bust up the bags and shit. So what is this? Because I want to label on the box what it is correctly. Organic soya beans. Because I wanted to make tofu. So I would have bought organic soya beans. So we got organic soya beans, Great Northern white beans, nice packaging. Look at that, right? So I need to write this on here 2 times, on the front and on the side where I can see it, right? Organic soybeans, and that is to make my own tofu if I want to. And I have the books, I have the little pressers, I have the liquid that you need to get the fermenting going of the beans, plus I have you can make soya milk with it. I have a soya milk machine that can make almond milk, soya milk, right? You know, always thinking about Amari or whatever, right? And then it was Great Northern white beans as well, right? I just want to make sure I get in here. I don't know, people. And when I move, I'm taking it with me, and it's going to go in my bedroom, where if Amari is still alive, I'll be in the rumpus room with Amari, basically, and a piano, and I'll be writing children's music, working on that cookbook. Hopefully, that would be the ideal. Great Northern white beans. February 2024. That's how much that girl disrupted my life. And like I said, I can't even get my food downstairs. I'm buying plums that I use every day for Amari, one way or another. Prunes, right? I'm paying good money for that when I have them downstairs. It doesn't make sense. And I can't get to them. And I can only hope that they're still there. And I'm not playing no victim fucking card here. I'm just telling you what's been happening. Soybeans. Okay, either or, we've got soybeans, and it looks like Great Northern white beans, nicely packaged, right? And these things I also have downstairs. This was just top off, just because of the way the economy is going, just because of the way growing seasons are going, right? Just because of the way things are disappearing off of shelves, including these kind of things that sell in bulk, right? You know what I'm saying? Once they run out, sometimes they never get it back. Some things disappear completely, and you never see them again. And if you have them, well, then it's like gold. Otherwise, you'll never get it back when it comes to this kind of stuff. So that's why I've done it, right? But I'm at a stage now where I don't need it, and I can start paying down on my bills, but it's obvious my landlord doesn't care about that. All she cares about is making money by any means necessary. So she's been raiding my yard, working my son like a dog, you know, making him feel like, you know, he's got control and he can abuse his mom as his girlfriend encourages him to do it. Everybody's running off with my shit, plotting and scheming how they can come upstairs. And if they think they're gonna fucking start up here, I will call the fucking cops on them. And yeah, I will definitely call the fucking cops on them. And I will have what's the right word for it? There's a word, I can't think of the word. It's kind of like sincere. You know, I'll have a sincere conversation with Rhea about our options, about getting a better house, at least for the children, because she's got kids too, right? And she's stuck in some dingy, dark, fucking Punjabi basement that has problems with a bunch of vacant lots beside her. It's the little house by itself with all the vacant lots, because the so-called property developers are going to start coming in with their big-ass fucking grinding cement trucks and the whole 9 yards to start building buildings that nobody can afford unless they're an immigrant and they're propped up by the 3 levels of government and are deemed as the preferred citizen that gets free toys from other people who are basically targeted for those toys for free, right? And disappear. Literally fucking disappear. Okay. So I'm making headway. Doing a good job. Okay, time to make some food for Amari before I'm accused here of not feeding him. Fuck's sakes. Seriously, man. So I can't do the calorie count right now because I just can't. I don't have time. I have enough time to make it. So what he's going to get is salmon with sardine. Salmon, sockeye salmon. That's the better salmon. Better make sure that's what that is. With celery pieces in it. We had that last night. It's good. It's really good. With some mayonnaise in it. And because he liked it and he ate it, he gets everything that's here. This is going to be one of his bigger meals. So I would say it's a fair amount of salmon with mayonnaise. But when you grind it up, it changes, right? Okay? With celery. Fresh, raw celery. But it grinds up really nice. Okay? And because I don't have time to cook asparagus right now, so I'm not going to sweat it. I've been giving him raisin bran. So there's bran with raisins in it. That's already been pre-soaked with some milk, so I'm going to put that in there, which will go good with the mayonnaise, because milk and mayonnaise are similar products. This morning he had salmon, this morning he had, well, not this morning, but like 3 hours ago or so, right? He had bran flakes with raisin, jojo berries, which I'm going to give him some more jojo berries that were soaked. And you know jojo berries are very high in antioxidants and all that stuff. So I'm just going to add in a few. And I'm going to leave that little bit of jojo berries, which is a fair amount. I'm just putting a few in here. And, what do you call it? There's a little bit of bran left, just in case. And that will be done, right? And then I'm going to put some cheese whiz in it, as is. Do you notice how many spoons I go through? And Andre loses spoons. Oh my God. Oh, you don't even know. Always losing my silverware. So again, I can't do the calorie count, but you can see what's there, right? I don't have time to figure out, but it's pretty good, and it's all nutritional, except for maybe the cheese whiz, in terms of it's not real cheese, but he likes it, and we like it, and it's okay to eat sometimes. Right, now I'm going to blend that all up, and just based on what I know that Amari likes, it should come out tasting fine. Now you see, this is Andre. I can't see the lid. This is where everything starts to blend together. Andre, I can't see the lid. No, I don't see it here. So I need you to help me find it, so I can grind up. And this is his food.
Did you even wash the wood?
I don't know. If not, rinse it off for me. I had to wash the container, so. And then we're just going to give him water this time because he's already had milk. He had cranberry juice with blueberries, Ocean Spray, which is a really good brand. And what else did he have? Ginger ale, right? With this, and yeah. Did you find it?
Yeah, I gave him a little bit more ginger ale.
You get, well, don't, okay, I don't want him filling up on liquids though, right?
Yeah, I gave him like just
Okay, so this meal here is going to be done in a few minutes and you're going to feed him right away. I gotta make sure there's nothing in it, right? Like no chunks, eh? Sometimes the raisins, they don't grind up right, but I find if I soak it, right, and then put it in the fridge, and then let it sit there, they do blend up pretty good. Okay, so this is kind of gummy. You can hear it in the machine because it's full and it's heavy. So, you know, as I clear out, put things away, whatever, we clear this out, and then I'm bringing the bigger blenders, right? And then we'll really be rocking. Yeah, we got a long way to go yet. Shit. And then this is where I have to pick shit out. The chunks that didn't blend up. Now I could maybe take some out, half of it out. Let's take half of it out and see what happens if it blends up better. Let's try that. It's just a small little machine, right? But it works really good for him. For what I've, you know, been doing, right? See, just a little thing. Let's see if that makes a difference. Oh my God. What's not grinding up? These golden berries. Shit. Come on, come on. You're really only supposed to run these things at 30-second impulses, right? Pulses. 30-second pulses. Because the motor the motor shuts down. And then it has to cool down before I can use it. That's better. Oh yeah, that's nice. That worked out really, really good. Now I want to give them lots though. I want to really fill them up for the next few hours. And then I'll be done the first stages of what I'm working on right now, which is good. And then I will give him, well, I'll probably cook up the asparagus because that's easy to digest. And then I don't know what I'm going to add with it, but something. Right? Something, something, something. Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? I'm going to make it deeper.
I'm in the middle of doing laundry, but hopefully I'll get a load in by when I'm done doing that. At least one for tonight. And then the stuff I have hanging up should be dry, hopefully. That green mountain that I had to rescue from the bin is right there. But I managed to get the boxes, you've seen me do that, out of there with the Great Northern White beans and whatnot, so that's good. Right? Freaking about where I'm going to put. See, you always have to stick your finger in there and find something that he could maybe choke on. There it is. That was a piece of celery because it's crunchy. This is very cumbersome. It's not easy to make pureed food because the smallest little bit could produce gagging, and that could produce anything. So, just those two little pieces. I don't know if the bigger blenders would cause the same issue in terms of maybe chunks that don't get necessarily pureed completely for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, to be safe, always safe, always safe. You'd always have to stick your fingers in there and feel around, because even if you think you see them, like when I used to be able to see, no, you have to feel it first because they can hide. Yeah. And then we're going to do the rest. Get a fairly sized good bowl. And we'll offer him water this time because he's already had ginger ale twice, cranberry, blueberry juice, and milk. So we'll give him some water this time. See if he wants it, he'll drink it. If he doesn't want it, he won't drink it. Okay. So that's good. So his next meal will be with the rest of the JoJo berries, which is a fair amount, right? Perhaps even the bran, just because. And then it's done with, right? And then maybe sweet potato or something with it. And I'm not going to give him any fish, because he's already had some yesterday, like salmon, right? He had it last night and he's having it now. Maybe an egg. But he's a little gassy right now because, he's pooing, right? So I don't want to make him too gassy, right? So the egg is still up for debate. Because bran, egg, sweet potato all grounded up with asparagus on the side would be good. But that means I have to come in here and cook. And, I get tired, people, and this is simple, right? And as you can see, it's not taking very long. Oh, there's a pear here too. I can give him a pear. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll give him JoJo berries with a pear. The rest of that little bit of bran for the next meal. And then we'll see what happens after that. And then if Marcaine makes food, and if we think Amari could eat it, Andre will give me a bit of that food, and I'll just grind it up, and we'll give Amari that. So we don't know yet, because Marcaine's been kind of feeding Andre. The last meal, though, it was rice and stuff, and I have to recook it twice, the rice, and you got to cook it for 20 minutes before you can grind it, and it takes a long time. I have a food mill. It would be nice if I could use it and grind up raw rice and make rice powder and cook that up for Amari when I want to give him rice because it's already grounded. That would be ideal versus cooking rice and then having to cook it again just to make it so that it can grind up to the consistency that he likes. Because if I try and grind it with a one-time cook, it doesn't get the consistency that he can cope with. He'll gag on it right away. Yeah. So maybe I don't know what's coming next. Like seriously, man, you don't even know how fucking freaked out I am about all this stupid shit. That's just stupid. Yeah. Okay, I feel something that keeps getting away on me. I don't know. And it's tasty. I always taste it. Make sure that you know, if I wouldn't like it, why? How I wouldn't expect him to want to eat it. So, although I don't like my food, I don't like smoothies. I don't like to drink my food. So, I wouldn't want pureed food. But I like the taste of it. And I could eat it if it was just on a plate, as you would any other plate when you're serving dinner. All right. Okay, I think I'm safe now. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think so. Oh no, see? You really have to go out of your way. Double check. Come on, where did you go? Right there. There's another one. Something gritty. Listen. Gritty. That came from the jojo berry. That was sugar. So a little speck of sugar. So that came from the jojo berry. All right, there we go. And we're done. And then I put it in his bowl. If I don't leave it in this container, sometimes depending on how much is there, I'll leave it in the container. But I find if I put it in the bowl, because it's hard to get it from the bottom, I always tell Andre, get every little bit inside of him. Don't waste anything. So I use my finger like a spatula, and I go around the whole thing, and I try and get every little bit. Oh yeah. And then I go to the bottom, and I try and get every little bit. Yeah. There we go. And then I check it one more time, just to be double sure, to the best of my ability, because that's the only way. Even if you can see, these things can hide. So it's best to just feel around, to be double sure. Yeah, good to go. So as long as it's not no chunks that are like 2 milliliters. Milliliter? No. You know what I mean. Like, right? Like if they're really, really tiny, you can feel the grit or whatever of whatever from the jojo berry or whatever. He's okay. He can handle that. But when you're getting into little pieces of things, no. See, I'm feeling something right here. It's on the end of my finger. Where is it? Oh my God. I felt it. It's hard to catch sometimes. There. Is that it? Oh, no, there it is. Yeah. Just a small little piece. It is so small. I don't know if you can see that. But that's enough to make him gag. And all that was salmon. It's not easy looking after a disabled child. It's really, really not. Okay. All right, Andre. This is good. He'll gobble it up, no problem. And it's a nice, decent size. So it's going to hold him for a while. And then I go up to the top. I take what's on the top. If it goes up on top. Look for a spoon that I was using here. One of those should be fine.
Yeah.
Anything on there other than no chunks, right? Looks good. Well, honestly I can't see it, but as long as there's no chunks on it, it was just cheese whiz or something. Okay. And you always get everything. Here's a bottle of water.
Are you still working in the hall?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, right now I'm going back. Okay, people, I'll be back. My son is just raging at me. Completely freaking raging. He's outside working. The bin is for the back. Because I guess the city said, take down anything where the wood is weather worn. and it looking like it's getting a little beat up. And I'm pleading with him to leave Mr. Lace's cat house there because it's sturdy, it's strong, it has a subfloor. It just needs to be enclosed off a little better because the raccoons get in it. And I've got like bins that I paid for, nice ones, and I put some, what is those called, clay pellets for hydroponics. I paid $100 and they got ripped, the bag, right? Because Andre went in there and did something. So they're all over the place. If my son starts ripping up that shit, there goes $100 fucking in clay pellets. Honest God. I said, just leave it because it's just like a shed. There's a little bit of vinyl in there. I was wanting to vinyl it up, right? And close it and make it nice. It's got windows. I built windows, everything in it, people. And because I didn't make it look nice with the vinyl and paint it and whatever, I guess, I don't know, I'm pleading with him. And then he's like, Andre, shh. And then he's like, well, if the city comes and says, you know, they have to tear it down and they're going to bring their guys to tear it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is like, oh my God, people, like, fuck. I'm losing thousands of dollars worth of fucking shit here. Like, this is stupid. This is so fucking stupid. And my son is so fucking raging on me, blaming me for this. Oh, hardcore. Oh, so fucking hardcore. No, this guy with the black beard and the fucking turban, he's like, he's being very vindictive and fucking vicious about this and really geeking it up. Oh yeah. Oh fucking yeah. I had Mr. Lace. I built that in December of 2011. Okay? And then, I don't know, my landlord called me up and told me to take his 7 chickens. So that's how I ended up with 7 chickens, because I guess they were going to build on a property that they had, and they needed to get the chickens out of there so they could make it into a gazebo and everything else that they did there instead of having chickens. Because there was even a horse in the neighborhood, and they got rid of the fucking horse. So they got rid of the horse, and then because my landlord loved his chickens, he phoned me up and asked me if I'd take his 7 chickens. And because I had Mr. Lace, I said, okay, fine. So I had the chickens, and then the playhouse that I built with Andre, right? I was going to turn it into a hen house. I had those chickens for a long time. And then all of a sudden the city showed up, started their nonsense, and then they came into the back and they wanted me to get rid of the chickens. So then, you know, whatever was left, right, after a while, because raccoons like to kill chickens, fucking rats will kill chickens. So anyway, I had like 4 chickens left or something like that, plus Mr. Lace. And my landlord came and he got his four hens. He ran off with them. And then, you know, I pleaded with him to make sure that Mr. Lace, you know, went to a farm. And he promised me he'd take him to a farm. And I use that as a shed, people. I just didn't have a chance to put the vinyl siding on it last year. Like, they're so taking advantage of this situation to their advantage to hurt me as hard as they can hurt me. I said, leave it. Maybe the boys can do something with that. You know, the vinyl siding is there. It's just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Right? I got the clippers, everything, people. The boys can make it nice for themselves. It's got beautiful windows in it. Got videos on it. And my son wants to bust it fucking up because I didn't fucking paint it last year and make it look nice. Like, what the fuck? This is like an invasion. I have tools in there. I have my bins in there. I used to put my rabbit food or dog food or whatever in there, right? I put those clay pellets in there, but the bag got ripped, so they kind of spilled over. And I thought, I know where they are. No, you know, I'm not going to go nowhere. Easy enough to pick them up when I do get in there and start doing what I need to do. And I was hoping to do that next year, this spring and summer, because, you know, I won't be doing food prep. I'm done with the food prep. I'm just trying to put it away. But I couldn't even take it fucking downstairs, so I'm doing whatever I'm doing upstairs. Like, this is stupid. This is so wrong. So fucking wrong. They got my son demolishing everything, people. Yeah. And throwing out everything. Like it's a joke for them. You know what they do when they want the city, right? I'm going to leave it on this and get back to what I was doing. You know, these property developers, okay? This is what they do. You know, they come in with their development, whatever, and then they want to promote it and do a YouTube video or something like that, right? And then they connect it somehow to, you know, Google, whatever it's called, right? So that, you know, you can look at that Google thing that shows the neighborhood and apparently where this so-called building is going to be built or is built or whatever, right? And like, if he goes and he throws out my planter pots back there, because I've got planter pots, seedling pots, everything, people. I'm telling you, they're making money off of this. These guys are robbing me, and they're fucking taking it someplace else, and they're giving it to the immigrants that are moving in with nothing, or they're selling it, or they're taking it for themselves. Fucking right. Fucking right. Whatever they can salvage, they're salvaging it. Okay? And then, you know, I told my son, well, you know, he kept threatening, well, you want me to go inside and let the city do it? And let me, you know, we talked about this 5 times already. And I'm like, just don't be so overzealous with it. Like, just, you know, within reason, just tidy it up. Like, fuck, I've had souk, the guys come get the chickens. Nobody told me to take down that fucking thing. And it looks the same way it looked when they fucking came and got the chickens from Mr. Gill and Mr. Lace, right? Told me to get, you know, right? I said, don't take the wood thing away, because the city told me to fucking build it to get the wood out of the fucking rain, as they had me moving wood from one pile to the other pile. So I started building a wood thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And they never fucking complained about that, so they can't fucking complain about it now. In terms of going out there and washing it last year, I couldn't do it, people. I just didn't have the energy. Because normally I go out every year and I bleach everything because of the fucking algae. I come in soaking wet from bleaching fucking shit. Washing shit. I didn't do it last year. So what, is he going to throw out my metal racks now from my fabric? I hadn't had a chance to put them away yet. I wouldn't be surprised. And you know somebody's going to walk off with those and keep them for themselves, right? And when you get into that heavy metal rack, like long, right, big, and they stack on top of each other, that's where I had my fabric downstairs. And they fucking threw it out. So I said, we'll put it in the back, and I'll see if I can put it along the fence and use it for something, right? To, you know, right? But I just didn't have the energy to be grunting and groaning and lifting and straining and fucking getting all grimy and working with bleach for fucking days on end to bleach things and building things and using a skill saw. I just didn't have the energy for it this year, people. I just didn't. And now they're punishing me for it. And they're wiping out everything because they want to show who's boss. That's basically what it is. And they want to fuck me over good because I do YouTube fucking videos and I call them out for their bullshit. I told my son, well, he go, what do you do? What are you not doing? I'm out here. Do you honestly think I want to be? I'm like, obviously not, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, as if, right? I said, well, you know, if I'm trying to, like, I've already started working on a lawsuit. Well, that's nothing, you know, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. You think you would have learned your lesson, and that's nothing, you know, And I said, well, fuck, man, you know, you're just making it easy, right, for them to evict us, and, like, fuck the way you're carrying on. Like, I'm talking about maybe moving out and setting you free. Oh, well, you can go live with me. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, man. Because he makes me feel like shit. He had 12 years to help me out there, 14 years to fucking help me out there. And now he's mad at me. Because I got behind on it. Yeah. As I went blind. Working in the yard for my landlord. Yeah. This is weird, people. This is so fucking weird. And this fucking city dude, he's a mean-ass motherfucker with his black beard, black fucking turban, like shaking me off that fucking rail because he wants to fucking kill me, man. Don't tell me this guy isn't fucking power tripping right along with my landlord and her son. and anybody else they're in cahoots with, because they are. What, $4,500 for a fucking dump where there's 4 dead, 5, 6, 7 dead fucking bodies that are like wandering the halls? By the time everything's all said and done, we're all gonna be fucking dead just from the stress of it. There's already 3 dead. And don't think I'm not feeding Amari, people, because I'm feeding Amari, okay? Like, honest to God, you know how many x-rays he's had since he's been a baby? You know how many times he's heated up after coming home from the fucking hospital because of x-rays? Too many to count. So maybe they did something to him. And I feed him good food, people. I go out of my way to feed him fucking good food. I spend good money. I go into debt for it. And now my landlord is going to charge me, what, $1,000, $2,000 fucking dollars to do what she's done? As she hides and her son hide behind the city, when in fact that fucking dude that's doing this shit with the city is probably somehow a family member. And he's getting kickbacks from it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Am I allowed to go ask him if he's gonna strike a rocket stove?
Yeah, you should.
Okay, because I just want to make
It's covered up. Andre's worried about the rocket stove. Those are bricks. Buy bricks. Do you know how expensive bricks are? Very expensive. Who cares if the thieves run off with the bricks? It's a fucking party for them because they saved themselves $100, $200 worth of bricks. Yeah. This is stupid. And yeah, my son is right. Whatever I think I can do, it won't matter because I'm not the one that has the money that can pay out the bribes. In court. It doesn't matter what kind of court. Lucy, even if it's the landlords and tenancy act branch, we're dealing with organized crime, Lucy. Okay, this is a syndicate that's taken over the province, and you know that, Lucy. You see it for yourself, even where you live now. They creep in, one here, one there, before you know it's a fucking infestation. And then you start being gang stalked. Literally, you become gang stalked by them. Yeah. And then because they got money, they fucking bribe other people to fucking jump on board. Yeah, because everybody's so fucking desperate to have money or maybe a place to live or whatever it is that they use as a bribe. Okay? Yeah. And they're mean. And they're fucking vicious. And they smile up in your face and act like they're your friend when they're not your friend. They were slumlords when I was 10 years old, people. Slumlords. Terrible landlords when I was 10 years old. They haven't outgrown it. If anything, they become vicious about it now. Because they're in deep with organized crime. Through their Khalistan fucking religion. They're trying to create a Khalistan state or some. Why would he say that? Andre, we have to move. There's nothing left here. I'm not going to be in box.
Well, he hasn't got there yet, so he said maybe.
If he takes everything away.
I just said, Jeremy, we have plans. He just said, I don't care about your plans.
Exactly. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. So there's no reason for us to be here. You don't want to be around people who don't care and just want to hurt you. Take down the rocket stove that Andre and I built when he was younger, which means throw the bricks into the fucking bin so that somebody can get free bricks at a value of about $200 or $300 worth of bricks after it's all said and done. What does the city care? They'll just drop them off at some other house, like I said, where there's an immigrant family that needs bricks to start working in the yard. Make it look nice so the property value can go up for the homeowner so they can get more taxes. Yeah. I'm just going to end this, and then I want to upload this video as is, because I'm being punched out. Literally, I'm being fucking punched out. Okay, it's just one blow after another blow, and they're using my son to do it. Oh yeah, big time. You think he's going to let me live this down as he continues to live with me in my house? Fuck no. Oh no. He's gonna forever hold this against me, and that girl downstairs is gonna feed into his grudge, and it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse, because he'll never look back and say, gee, I had 12 years to help, 14 years to help Mom, and I never did go out there and help her except for a few times, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. She just wasn't strong enough to do it all by herself on her own. But I was hoping the landlord would come by, and they never did. And now that the shit's hit the fan, it's all Mom's fucking fault. Yeah, okay. Right? It's all Mom's fault. And Ed, he tried to say I never gave him money for college, which is a bunch of crock. It's like he's lost his fucking brain. Like, seriously, I have the paperwork here. I just have to find the binder that it's in. I said, no, you went to college because of the trust fund that I gave you. It wasn't very much, but it was a start to get you going into school, right? Right? And he got money for like 3-4 years in a row. It wasn't very much. $4,000 per year, or whatever the hell it was, right? But for whatever strange reason, he's completely forgot about it and says he never got a 1 red cent. That's what I mean. Like, he's not my son anymore. He's different. There's something wrong with him. He doesn't even fucking remember the college trust fund that I gave him, and that he went to fucking college only because he had that. But he's the one that chose to drag it out for 7 years and then take student loans for something that he doesn't even use to go to work with. And he's mad at me for that. Because he was, I don't know, rebelling or something dumb. But how can you possibly forget that you got that money? It's so stupid. I told him to take him off my fucking life insurance policy. I'll leave the money with fucking Rhea for the kids, man. Like, seriously. Oh, who cares about, I make $80,000 a year. Yeah, okay. But he's mad at me because he owes money for student loan. When I told him to go in, go out. Just do whatever you gotta do. But, you know, he wanted to switch things up and do whatever. And, oh, fuck. And it's all my fault now that he owes money to the government for a fucking student loan. Because he forgot the little bit of money that I fucking... I said, I paid, what did you ever do for me? That's what he said. What do you ever do for me? Well, I don't know. Because he said, I need to pay him for what he's doing. I said, pay you? Oh, yeah, okay. Right? What have you ever done? Well, you know, I did it. Like, well, just, it's stupid, man. The whole thing is fucking stupid. He's not the same person he used to be, people. He's not. He's been cloned or something. You're right. If you forget the student loan, those years where you put your application in to get that student loan through, as a matter of fact, one of Shmai's just came in, still in John's name and my name, same fucking company. I'll show you. I'll show you right now. I'll show you. Okay, he had the same one, people. Only he went to college with it. He went to college with it. Where am I? Do you see? What's on here? It says... I have to take this to court. Because it requires John's signature after all these years of him going missing. Eleanor Gilding, if you ever watch my videos, you can run, but you can't hide. Okay? Do you see the name? Bernard John Duncan and Judy Chorney. I have to get to the provincial court this year, get something, so that I can access this little teeny weeny bit of money in here, which isn't very much. Because John disappeared and just left it behind. I just got this today. This is the same company or similar fucking company that my son got money 3-4 years in a row. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to get his foot in the door to go to college. And he's acting like he never got 1 red cent. How is that possible that a person could lose 4 years of their fucking life when I get this in the mail? That's bullshit. No wonder why he is the way he is. Something happened to him. Because he's not the same person he used to be. He's really not, people. He was never like this before. Not like this. He's cutting something in the back, Andre. They just got him going around demolishing everything that's not painted. Why? Why? The structure is fine. It's solid. If it's rotten, bust it up. Even the compost is fine, but you don't paint compost boxes, people. You're not supposed to paint compost boxes. But they got him running around busting up the fucking compost bus because it's not painted. Spewing whatever around so the weeds can come. And then next year or year after, it will be too green with too many weeds. They will expect you to grow grass on landfill. You can't grow grass on gritty, muddy, sandy, weed-infested landfill. It's impossible. I tried it. I know. I'm barking up a dead tree.